Today is a day that I realized that some of the clothes that I got from a friend at church when I hit 2000, 2000 when I hit 2,000 pounds, when I hit 230 pounds, are actually kind of big on me now at 208, like quite literally. Like, look at the pants. I have like a major amount of room. Like, it's only a matter of time before they start falling off. Like, I have them like tied in and cinched in as tight as freaking possible right now. And like they're loose. And so I'm afraid to put anything in my pockets because I'm afraid they're gonna just fall off of me. And so like that's like a pretty cool thing though that I just kind of noticed. And like the shirt I'm wearing was one of them, and it's like, like super baggy on me. Like I can literally cinch it in. It just kind of hangs loose. And honestly, that's actually kind of how I prefer my shirts. And I think that comes from years of being like 250, 260, 270 pounds, where anything that was like close fitting or anything that was actually like fitted, it just is like it just highlighted the rolls. And I'm extremely like physically self-conscious about my body. I think most people who are really overweight happen to be pretty self-conscious. It's why our clothes are like armor for us. But it's one of the things that I just realized that I am 208. I have not been this small since like after I graduated high school. Because in high school I was, I think, somewhere between 170 and 190 pounds. Then I graduated, and then like gym was no longer mandatory, so I was gaining weight. I wasn't moving around as often, yada yada yada. And then back in 2016, I was like 240-ish, and I was up in St. Louis, and I was working at the zoo. And that was like 10 years ago. That's when I actually started gaining a lot of my weight too. It was about 10 years ago when I went from like 220, 230s all the way up into like 250 and higher. And then a lot of my weight just kind of got higher after like my mom died, and the stress and just a lot of pain and stuff that I never really went through. I didn't really process it properly. I didn't actually like embody it. I just kind of bottled it up and I shoved it down and just kept going on with my life. But that's one of the things like I really wanted to talk about today. Not like the grief and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure that's probably important to talk about too, but I'm not at the point where I want to talk about grief and stuff like that. No, it's a non-scale like victories and stuff, and like clothes is like a big one. Like this time last year, the clothes that I'm in right now, like this shirt would have been probably pretty snug. I was close to 300 pounds. I probably would not have fit in these pants because when I first got these pants, when I was close to like 230 pounds, they were snug. Like they were tight, like it. They were uncomfortable to sit in snug. And now they're like loose on me. But one of the other things is I can sit crisscross in my chair, quite literally, like and crisscross my chair. I wouldn't have been able to do this like earlier and everything because like my legs wouldn't have cooperated with my stomach. And then one of the really big things that I really noticed that really took me by surprise are bath towels. So if you're in like the overweight category, you realize that normal size towels do not fit. They do not fit. They will not fit. Like you'll have a towel, like I think I have one. Yeah, I had it on the side. Like this is like a normal size towel. Like you wrap it around and like it just like it closes like right here. But when I was bigger, like it was like this. I had like a gap. And so like my towels would have been fitting with like a gap like this on the side. But now it almost fits. This is like a normal size towel. Usually I use these for my hair because at least I can like pull my hair up and I can like dry them all off. But a couple of months ago when I was closer to like the 230s, I would have had a bit bigger gap. Mid last year, I wouldn't have been caught dead trying to wrap one of those things around me, because everything would have been hanging out. And not hanging out in a fun way, it'd be hanging out in a I'm going to blind my housemates way. And that's not something I want to do, because that would just be embarrassing, and no one wants to see that. No. But I have, like, because at one point, because once I realized that I couldn't fit inside of a normal size towel, I started moving up to like beach towels. And then like the extra big towels that are like super fluffy, like they're still my favorites, and I still love those the most. They're comfortable, and I can just sit in them and just chill and relax and just be myself. But like those are like non-scale wins. Like another one is, like, I think I've shown it in another video. That shirt right there, I got that when I was in high school. It was a shirt that my mom had got me. She died in 2020 from pancreatic cancer, not from the other thing that happened during that time period. She died from pancreatic cancer, and one of my goals is to be able to fit in that shirt, because it's one of the things that, like, I think that she would really like to be able to see. Like, if she was still alive, she would like to be able to see me lose this weight and like get back to a point where I am healthy, I am vibrant, I am moving, I am running, I am doing things that I used to do, that I used to love to do. And so I'm trying to get back to that. And it's so freaking hard, because I am stuck at 208 pounds. And yes, I know it's because right now I am eating at maintenance. I need to up my energy expenditures. Like, I need to start moving around more. I need to start actually exercising again. I need to start doing more things, because I am at a point where now I am just kind of coasting in the middle line, where I'm not gaining any weight, but I'm also not losing anything. And so I have to start tweaking. I have to start adjusting. I have to start paying more attention to how much I am actually eating, because when you're at 290 pounds, you have such a wide room of like mistakes you can make that you cannot make when you are lighter. But that's like one of the things that I really wanted to talk about, was just the non-scale victories that I have experienced. And this is Friday is also supposed to be my weigh-in day. And so, like, there's a couple of other things I want to hit. So one of the things, I have been at 208 pounds for a month. Like I said, I am kind of like in maintenance mode, maintaining this weight. I'm doing research. I'm looking at other things. I am looking into ways to start adding more whole foods into my diet. And it's stressing me out, because as I've mentioned in the past, I am autistic. And so I get a lot of anxiety when it comes to food. And it's not so much that the food itself is the issue, it's changing what I eat causes a lot of anxiety, because I am used to eating the same things that I have been eating since I was a little kid. And so I have to do it like one little step at a time. And so I'm looking at little things that I can do to build on what I already have, which is why I'm doing 75 soft. And I am really, really enjoying that book now. Like, I am actually getting at a point where I'm actually looking forward to reading every evening. I am getting to the point in the book where the main character is finally getting to figure out what the freaking shit is about. If anyone's read the book, you know what I'm talking about. But like the entire like beginning of the book is about him meeting this old man that he takes care of, and the old man's old dog Radar. I can remember the dog's name, but I have a hard time remembering the other two. Like, it's like Charles or Charlie, and then Mr. Bowditch or Bowditch, something like that, or Howard. His name's Howard. I just like repeated myself, like, yeah, sorry about that. But I'm getting like super into it. It's getting to that point. I am been focusing for like my exercise for 75 soft is just moving more throughout the day. I do a lot of that in like the chicken yard, and like just like doing like leg pumps and like lifting my arms, like stuff like that. Just like little things, because I do have an issue with my wrist that I am working on. My camera came offline for a moment. But one of the things I am working on my wrist. I am going to see a neurologist. They're going to do a nerve conductive test to check how that's doing. And then from there, it's just a couple of other things. I was in the chicken yard today and something interesting happened. Look right there. I am used to redbirds being inside of the chicken run, not these little monstrosities. But I caught this little dude. Here's the rest of them. Just being normal chickens. Yeah, this is not for you. The little bird right here is not for you. No, it's not. Time for my shot, which is right here. You can see the little bubble in there. It's unused. 7.5. I hate shot day because it's not very much fun. But quite literally. 1, 2, 3. Shot day and today were also filmed on 2 separate days, which is why there's different outfits. But last week I did like 3 videos back to back to back, so I didn't really want to bombard with a bunch of videos again because just don't want to do that. But there was shot day, 75 soft, some things doing with that. And then I had my medication for my ADHD and my bipolar upped, so gonna get more energy, gonna get more stabilized, so that's good. So that's one thing that's gonna be happening, or has happened. It's already happened. I'm a little loopy up in the head today. But overall, it has been an interesting week. I am coasting through. I am going to be spending the next week looking more at my diet and exercise in general and things that I can do to kind of help start nudging the needle back down that way and not up, because I don't want to gain the weight. I have worked my butt off to lose these 80 pounds that I've already lost, and I want to keep going down and not up. So until next week, I'll see you all later. Bye.